What's hot seat?
Yeah, let's play hot seat.
Is when you put someone in the hot seat, you can ask them anything, like crazy questions that
Yeah,
they have
let's
to
do
answer
that.
honestly.
Really?
David, I'm an open book, dog.
David, how long have you been in love with Madison?
5 months.
Oh, Jesus.
5 years would have been more accurate
Oh,
when you first saw me on the gram.
What the fuck
fell
does
hard.
that mean? Yeah, whatever. It fell hard.
Well, don't you love Jesse Eisenberg?
I do. I
Yeah,
love
he's
Jesse
like the
Eisenberg.
best, the coolest nerd in the world.
Sure.
Yeah, he's just cool. I think it's everything for characters. Like Matthew Gray Gubler is dope, but like his character in Criminal Minds is who I fall for.
Madison
So it's
loves
not-
Rick and Morty. She loves
Jason has a
Nathan
character
Fielder.
called
do.
Carmelita. It's like a
Prostitute.
it's a prostitute basically.
Interesting.
Is
So
that-
other side of the spectrum.
Is that something that makes you?
If it's an intellectual
Thrilled.
Are you into
prostitute,
guys that
then
do
you never
prostitute
know.
characters?
Jeez.
Could be my
Carmelita's
thing.
not the most intellectual, but it is a really good character that he does.
Thank you so much,
I'd
David. It's
be-
good to be here.
What is your biggest turn off? Like
People who are-
what's a deal breaker? I should
People
say.
who are really arrogant and people who lie. I hate liars.
You
Yeah.
think David's arrogant?
I think he can be, but I don't think he's an arrogant person. No, I think he can definitely like show some arrogant qualities that you're not. Like I said earlier that David has like 6 moods, and I could come in and I could be like, okay, he's in mood 2, he's in mood 5.
Oh,
That's
break
my
down
thing
the
with
6
David.
moods. I'd love to
That
help
is-
with this.
There are so many.
That is really interesting that you.
there
picked up on that.
are definitely multiple like
Tell me,
David. Like,
tell me some of the moods.
okay, so like mood 3 is what I said he was in before, is when he's like super energetic and he's in his like quirky kind of like I'm gonna make a bunch of jokes and be goofy and silly mood, which is
Yeah.
my favorite David.
Yeah.
And then there's like mood 1 where he's really introverted and he's on his phone and he's not talking to anybody and he'll probably go to his room before midnight and like just not want to speak to anyone. He's not so fun. And then there's mood
She's
like
describing a crazy person, by
there's
the way.
mood 2. Yeah, basically
Mood
you're
2 where he
psycho.
only speaks in Spanish.
No, but you have a lot of different moods, and I was basically saying that he has multiple moods and
Right.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah.
It also
pretty
depends
much.
like how I wake up, when I wake up, like what I'm feeling. Like
If
sometimes
you had just napped, see, he had just taken a nap,
yeah, I
so
just
now
took a
he's
nap,
super
so
hyped.
I'm a little bit energetic now. Like I'm ready to go. And Madison walked in, and Madison always wears like the nicest sweatsuits. Like they always look like she's like going to the most fancy like sleepover
Sweatsuit
ever.
convention.
Yeah, I don't know, and it just puts me in a good mood.
And what does that do to you?
Well, she looks so comfy, and I go, "We're having a sleepover," and I start bouncing up and down on the back.
Yeah,
'cause
that's genuinely what happens.
I just get so
He
excited.
starts throwing pillows at me and
I
shit.
start throwing pillows.
What's your biggest turn off?
My biggest turn off. I think
David are just on our first date right now on the podcast. That's really what's happening.
biggest turn off. I don't like when people aren't good at like reading the room. Like I
Like, don't pick up on social cues.
yeah.
Oh, that's very annoying.
that-
That's a very annoying trait.
That like one of the scariest things I could imagine, like bringing a girl to your friends and then the girl saying something that's like super uncomfortable and
Or,
like double
private or, like-
and like doubling down on it where your friends are looking at you and giving you weird looks.
Right.
Like that's how you know it's like when when the girl you're with
Sure.
is making your friends uncomfortable.
Oof.
That's like a big turn off.
I feel you.
Or I mean, this is like a more general turn off, but like washing your hands. I think it's so important to wash your hands. I'm not just saying this in
I
the midst
literally
of coronavirus.
texted my friends today. I was like, we should all take a bath in hand sanitizer. Like,
Whoa,
literally.
okay.
That's so true.
Texted your friends. Let's all take a bath.
Yeah, it's all
Right
a
on.
bath in hand sanitizer.
Okay. Can't breathe
Shut
anymore.
up, David.
Do you think size matters?
This is crazy.
Well,
No,
you
I honestly
literally told
don't.
me to ask
no,
you
I
whatever.
honestly don't.
You don't.
No, I think that what matters is chemistry and passion and how you feel about a person. I'm being so genuinely serious.
Do you think that there's only one person out there for you, or you think you could fall in love with multiple people?
I think you could fall in love with multiple people. I think that there's probably like one person you could have like a, I don't know. I think your first love will always kind of like hit different.
Right.
At the same time, I don't really know.
What's your relationship like with your parents?
My relationship with my parents.
You ever tried
is-
anal? I'm just kidding.
Shut up. My relationship with my parents is good. It's gotten weird over the past few years, I think, because as you get older, you start to realize that they're just people who like have
Yeah.
their own shit
Right.
and their own
100%,
issues, and that's a little scary. 'Cause
That is
growing
so
up-
scary. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm realizing now.
For real, because growing up, you're like, these are just like, this is my mom and my dad, and like, they don't have problems and they know everything. And like, if I come to my mom with an issue, she'll be able to solve it. Whereas now, like, my mom comes to me with issues, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
That's
it's like
such.
weird. And I'm just
that's
like,
such a weird
"Oh,
realization.
it's
You're
such
so
a-
right.
It's so weird. I hate it. Me and my dad have always kind of had a weird relationship. We like didn't speak for a while. We kind of always have been like weird with each other. But it's just because we have like a lot of differences. But again, as I've gotten older, I've just learned that like he's a 50-something-year-old man. I'm not going to change him now. I'd rather like have our life.
You know what that
together
feels
and
like?
Be fine.
You know what that feels like? It feels like watching Disney movies and you're in love with them, and then you go see how a Disney movie is shot.
Right.
And then it's just like all the magic is gone.
The
You're just
fucking
like,
smoke
you're
and mirrors is gone. The curtain's
yeah.
been lifted, and you're like, what is this?
I don't leave any of that magic to my kids. I tell them all my problems.
well, yeah.
I mean, I kind of
You're,
like
you're a
that.
special case that has. No, but I totally
It's
agree.
so
like,
weird.
like I just recently have I found out that like, oh wow, my parents have like regular problems that I have, and like it totally breaks like a wall where like you thought your parents were
You
these
feel
like
so
magical,
safe when you're like in the
untouchable
house with your parents growing up. You're just like, oh, my mom and dad are down the hall. If someone were to come and try to kill us, they'd save me, and it's all good. Whereas like now, I'm like, I don't know if my parents would be able to save me.
Like I'm gonna be a dad at one point.
Yeah,
and I hope my kid
terrifying.
doesn't trust me in
No,
fucking
I
protecting
wouldn't.
him when someone breaks in the house.
No.
I know he's gonna think that he's in good hands, but fuck no.
No, but when you're a parent, you can protect your kids because something kicks in.
You think?
Yeah, there's like definitely an instinct.
Someone told me once, it was before I had kids, and I was like, oh, what's it like having kids? And he goes, well, you see that swimming pool? Because we were by a swimming pool. And I go, yeah. He goes, now imagine there's a bunch of sharks in there, and your baby fell in. Like, you'd go in to the sharks. And he's absolutely right. 100% you would.
Right. That does sound like it'd be like.
But like, whereas if David fell in to the sharks, I wouldn't necessarily jump into the pool to save you.
Okay. You don't need such real life examples. But are you telling me the second your baby comes out, like something clicks in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would definitely kill or be killed for your child, I think.
Yeah, you would.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My skin.
You want it to be worse?
No, I like struggle with acne all the time, and it just really annoys me.
When?
Are you saying like
Where?
appearance-wise? Right now it's fine. But it like spikes up out of nowhere before I get my period, and it just makes me like feel really insecure, and it's like a really.
What's your favorite part of your period?
Come again?
What's your favorite part of yours, David?
Eating a bunch of chocolate.
Eating a bunch of chocolate. Oh my god.
Wait, are we just becoming best
We have
friends?
so much in common.
Do you mean externally? What would I change about myself, or internally, like as a person?
Both, either. But
I think literally like acne is just very annoying. But I think internally I wish I didn't have to feel like I had to constantly prove myself to people. I feel like people always assume that I'm not smart and that I am very shallow and not kind.
Yeah, that sucks. That's
it's exhausting.
It's a downside of being super sexy.
It is honestly it is. It sounds conceited, but it genuinely is, and it's really
like,
it's unfortunate. And I've watched like a lot of Megan Fox interviews, and she's talked about this for years. And she's like, it's really great. People think I'm super hot, dope, but like
that is such a stereotype.
It's just not a choice. Like I didn't choose to look the way I do. I don't like my parents made me, and this is how I look. But like the surface only goes so deep, and I just think that like I know that I'm genuinely such a good person with a big heart, and like I think that I'm smart, and I think that I like care about people, and I just think I have much bigger and better morals and values than just my looks. So it upsets me that I think the emphasis is more put on my face than my heart.
That's the toughest part about like.
It's just annoying. It just gets really tiring.
Me being one of the best looking YouTubers, it's like tough for people to understand that there's more to me than just my looks, and the videos actually have substance. No, but genuinely, I used to have like really good looking guy friends in school too, and every time everybody thought they were complete fucking idiots.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that guy's a douchebag. He's not smart. But like then you get to know them, and you're like, actually,
that's crazy.
It's
like, hey, I'm just trying to come up with questions.
Have you thought about getting a haircut?
I was actually thinking his hair looks like better than usual.
David, have you ever taken Madison on a date?
I have not.
Why not? I don't understand. You guys get along so good. I mean, this is a slam dunk here, the two of you.
Where would we go?
That's your job.
Thank you, Jason.
To figure that out.
This is yep.
Okay, here's my ideal first date. Tell me if you
make TikToks in your bathroom.
Yes, that is his definite ideal first date. If that's his first date, we've been on plenty.
Okay. Here's an ideal first date. We go on a canoe ride.
Down.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm
For
like
sure?
the biggest water sports person ever.
Madison, this motherfucker ain't never been on a canoe, nor will he ever go on a canoe.
No, I will go on a canoe.
I actually, fun fact about me, when I was on sleepaway camp, I took a canoe over to the boys' camp in the middle of the night on the lake with no lights, tried to go hang out with the boys, and then I got kicked out of camp, and I'll never be welcome back. Yeah.
You went by yourself?
Yes, stole a canoe.
By yourself?
Canoed across Brant Lake to go to the boys' camp because I was just trying to be a little flirt.
Okay, but where'd you get caught? Like before
in
you hit
the middle
water?
of the lake. They drove up on a speedboat, and they were like, excuse me.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You did not get caught in the middle of the lake.
Was it
What do
pitch
you mean
black?
it's
There's
pitch
no
black?
way you got caught in the middle of the lake.
Why is that no way?
You know where you got
People
caught?
patrol.
You know where you got
there's
caught?
like patrol people on lakes.
Can I tell you exactly where you got caught?
Where?
You got caught like at the door of your cabin where you're about to leave.
I was
and then
in
you
the
explained
canoe.
to them what you were doing. But over the years,
In the canoe.
you have made that story